Good morning, YouTube, and welcome to another week in the life of running our dealership, NG Supercars.
So are you recording all of the nefarious activities?
If you're new to the channel, my name is Dan, and this is Josh and I's dealership, NG Supercars, and we're going to bring you along as we run our shop for another week. Buy and sell cars, work on cars. You're going to want to like, share, and subscribe. That does help out the channel, but let me show you where we're at in the current status of the shop and give you kind of the rough estimate of what we're going to be doing this week. But let's be real, it never seems to be exactly what I'm trying to accomplish. So we'll see what happens. You can also support us by going to normalguysupercar.com. There you can buy parts and services from us using the code NGS10. It hooks you up with 10% off. And NG Supercars, our dealership website. It's a little bit unusual, but there is nothing on the four-post lift for once. Oh, you know what was there? Was the yellow car. The yellow 360, I believe we sent that off to go get a conversion. So we did the timing belt service, we fixed the headliner, we fixed the exhaust, we fixed a bunch of other stuff, and it still was having a little bit of weirdness with shifting. So we decided, you know what, let's just take care of it and make it permanently fixed and convert it to a manual, because that's awesome. We much prefer that anyway. So that is off being converted. We have Josh's 458. I'm not sure why it's here or what it's being worked on. We'll talk to him later when he gets here. We've got the 360 from Ohio. It's got the Kuyo interior. It's got 33-ish thousand miles. Really, really good condition, like well above normal condition. Excellent paint, excellent interior. Just a very good car. Needs absolutely nothing. It's totally ready to go. Even has the rare spare tire option. This car is a client's car. It got converted. We did some work on it. They just swapped out the fuel pumps, which I can see sitting there. Fuel pumps in the 430s and 360s. The original ones tend to crack at the top and then leak, and it becomes a fire hazard. If you ever smell fuel when you're kind of back here in this area of the car, don't ignore it. Don't ignore it. It is most likely a fuel pump has cracked and is leaking. You don't want to mess with that one. That is how these cars end up burning to the ground. Unless you really want to make an insurance claim and risk your life, I would recommend changing out the fuel pumps. Now, once you switch them to the new ones typically do not crack. So I have yet to see any of them crack. And the way you can tell the difference is the new ones have kind of more of a cream color, and the original ones are more of a white colors. All right, so you can see here, they crack basically right here where it kind of has like a cross or a plus. This area right there. In fact, I can see moisture there. So this is probably what was going on. That right there cracks. If you see it kind of a white one, these are the original ones, and the newer versions are kind of a yellowish cream color. If you see yellow cream, you're okay. If you see white, you're probably gonna have to replace them at some point, and just use your nose and be on the lookout. We've got a Ferrari 458 high spec, good options, lots of carbon fiber. It does not have the axle lift, but it does have the reverse camera. It is for sale. I think it's like 26,000 miles. Local buy for us, which is rare for a 458, but really good car. We had some interested people, but at the moment, no one's made a solid deal, so it is still available as of this moment. Got the 360 from New York. Actually had someone say they're going to buy it over the weekend, so we'll take a look at that, make sure that that deal goes through. But I would say it's like a 95% chance this car is done. And the Audi TTS, which is on consignment here, it's 20-something thousand miles, like super clean, never seen rain, very good car. Got a client's 458, so this thing, we're doing an exhaust on it. We gotta remove the old exhaust, and then we're gonna tune it. So we're getting another IPE. So we've sold a lot of IPE exhausts this year. It's definitely one of our top two favorites. So them and the Klein on the 458 are our absolute favorite exhausts. The IPE is slightly cheaper, but it's usually available immediately. Now, admittedly, I personally think the Klein sounds slightly better, but you're splitting hairs at this point. They both sound absolutely mental. Over here, we've got the consignment GT500. We did have some interest in it, but no one has made a solid offer. So we've got the 66 Charger, which we are going to send to Mecum. So I am actually doing the paperwork on this today. So it's going up to Mecum. So that means I'm going to be up at Mecum, Dallas. And if any of you guys want to say hi or whatever, I'll be there most likely on Thursday, which is when this car will run. And we're submitting my GT40, which is running on Saturdays. So if you're interested in seeing anything then, maybe we'll meet up. So I gotta figure out my plans for that today. I need to kind of solidify all of that. Over there in the corner, we got the gray 360, which we're waiting for Autotech Nick to come for F1. He's gonna help us get this thing dialed in. Porsche Cayenne Turbo, which is on consignment, and Scott's old 430, which we still have to do a bunch of work on. So we need to clean it up, take it apart a little bit more, get the transmission out, get the transmission inspected and possibly rebuilt, and get it running. So if you're interested in meeting me up at Mecum, send me an email and we can figure out. I'll be there most likely Thursday, for sure Saturday. We'll obviously be dropping off the cars probably on like Monday or Tuesday, but we'll just be dropping off cars at that point. The other thing that's going on is we bought a TV, and you know, I'm super disappointed with Amazon. So you can see this TV's busted, right? It's got a big old bubble right there. It arrived broken, so it broken shipping or something. Now here's the problem. We did not unbox it until the day after the return period. So I'm gonna have to call them and argue with them and get them to take this damn thing back, because this is the second TV we've gotten from them that has been busted. And the first one, they didn't do anything about, and they were like, oh yeah, we'll take it back, and then they never did, and so we still ended up paying for it. So if they don't take this one back, I'm doing a charge back. I'm sorry, this is total crap. Now the other thing that's going on is, this is totally unrelated to cars, well, mostly unrelated to cars, but any of you are fans or live in Tokyo or Japan, anywhere in Japan, my dad wants to go to Japan, and I'm gonna go with him. Probably in July of next year. So we're trying to plan that out, see what interesting sights we can see. Obviously, I'd love to see some car stuff, but I gotta keep it like to a low roar, because you know, my dad's not super into cars. But if I can go visit like the Ferrari dealership there, or go see some other cool car stuff, that'd be pretty neat. But obviously it's pretty limited. I can't do like huge car events or anything. But any of you that are like well traveled in Japan, or happen to live there and have some ideas of places to go, things to see, most of it's just sightseeing stuff, so we want to see a lot of the country. Anyway, that's not going to be till like July of next year, so we got lots of time. But I thought I'd throw it out there, because a lot of times people have like great ideas of things that they've done and seen. So, you know, stuff that's off the beaten path, or must do's or must sees. I need to do a bunch of computer work this morning. And oh, by the way, I've been editing a video of the greatest moments since the beginning of the channel. So from 0 to 100,000 subscribers. Let's just say it's a really, really, really long video so far, and I'm not even that far in. So I'm only through 2001, and it's already like 4 hours long. If you don't want to watch it all, don't. But I think I'm still going to produce it, even with it being super long, because how do you condense 9 years into like an hour? You can't. Tons of crap has happened. Lots of it really funny, some of it amazing, some emotional stuff. It's been pretty cool to see. For me, it's been a like great travel through history. So anyway, we'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay, YouTube, it's a little afternoon. Been working on the computer most of the morning, actually all morning. The Mecum stuff in progress. So we're getting my GT40 listed. We're getting the Charger listed with Mecum, so that's going. Discussing that 360. Apparently Josh has a pending deal on the GT500, so it sounds like that might go away as well, which is pretty cool. Someone's gonna get one hell of a car. God, that thing's so cool. I love this paint. Oh, this is the coolest GT500 on the planet, just saying that. And great news, they finished the kitchen. Holy crap! We have a kitchen again. We have a counter, we have running water. Oh, we have working plumbing. It's finally coming around. So I do need to still get some stuff to the office. I still got to organize the office. It still looks like a bomb went off in there. We still got crap just shoved everywhere. The big problem is I just don't have a filing cabinet, so I need, or, you know, any of that stuff. Our filing cabinet in our desk got destroyed, so I need to order a new one of that. I was shocked Amazon is actually willing to return the TV. They'll return it and give us a credit. They won't exchange it, so I have to order a new TV. Pain in the ass. Stupid shit. I'm not planning on wrenching today. I'm gonna do some editing. So now I'm kind of getting situated on all the emails. God, there was a lot of emails and a bunch of phone calls and text messages and DMs and stuff. So yeah. All right, YouTube. So I've got some not so good news. As you know, I think I mentioned this even ironically in the last video, that everything's starting to cost more. Well, a couple more of our vendors have increased their prices, including the C-Tech stuff, so the chargers and everything. But a bigger impact is going to be the cost of conversions is going up. So we don't know have an exact date yet, but it looks like probably the end of this month, maybe a little bit after that. So if you're wanting to get a conversion at the current price, get in touch with us pretty soon. We'll have to buy the kits before the prices go up, or at least get our orders in with the conversion companies. So we're also debating, we thought of some things. We're like, how can we help you guys save some money besides offering the discount codes on our website, NGS10. And of course, with AW Italian, if you use the code NGS10 at awitalian.com, you can save 10% and we get a little kickback too. So there's two ways we can help you save some money. But we thought about, if you're in Dallas or Houston or San Antonio and you want us to do some work on your car and it's a bigger job, like in the many thousands of dollars, timing belt services and bigger stuff like that, we will work with you to potentially transport your vehicle, like pick it up and bring it here and then take it back to either us or a third party. So that's something that we're willing to do. And then also for those of you who aren't local, if you're doing a big job like a conversion or lots of other things, you know, probably needs to be at least like 5 figures, we'll probably subsidize transportation for your vehicle. In some cases we'll go get it ourselves, but not as likely. It just kind of depends on the situation. So that's one way we want to be able to help you guys out, because again, transportation costs are, you know, pretty substantial when you're shipping a car here and back and stuff. We get it, but you know, we also want to get your business and make you guys be lifetime customers. So we think we do a good job and we think you're going to be satisfied with the work we're doing. So we're trying our best, but still working on editing videos. It is just a long video. I've gone through and kind of started deleting stuff that wasn't maybe quite as exciting or whatever. So hopefully I can shrink it down, but it's still looking like it's going to be quite a few hours long video. So maybe I'll throw in an intermission or something. Otherwise, it's kind of a quiet day. We're going to have to start buying some more cars soon because yeah, some of these cars are going to be going away very soon. All right, YouTube, it's kind of a quiet day here. Everything is, as far as wrenching and whatever, is done. So I'm going to go home and continue editing since I have a ton of editing to do. And some of my videos are backed up on a different hard drive that's not on this laptop. So I can't finish editing anyway, which is really annoying. But yeah, so I'm going to go home, keep editing. It's only like 4:20ish in the afternoons. Quite a few more hours to go on this big series of videos, but I guess we'll probably do some wrenching tomorrow and maybe work on Scott's 360. That wouldn't be a bad idea.
Tomorrow.
Good morning, YouTube. It is Wednesday, and I'll be honest, there's gonna be not a whole lot of wrenching going on. I'm gonna be sitting there editing videos for pretty much most of the days. May not be the most exciting day. As you can see, there are no vehicles in the shop area of the shop, the work area of the shop. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. There's nothing on the lifts. There you go. There you go. That car, which is on a lift, is still waiting for its exhaust to arrive. It's kind of, we're at a pause. We might work on a 360, but I'll be honest, I really am trying to get these videos edited. Yeah, this 100,000 subscriber video is just massive and time consuming, and it's just, I spent all day on it yesterday. I edited when I got home. I've been editing all weekend. I've been editing probably about 30-40 hours on it already. Whew. It's exhausting, but it's really cool for me. I get to relive a lot of this stuff. Like, there's things in those videos that I totally forgot about. I've produced almost 3,000 videos over 9 years. It's hard to remember everything. That's one thing I find that's really funny is sometimes people that meet me for the first time, like, oh, I've been watching your videos, blah, blah. Hey, you remember that time you did this? And I'm like, oh yeah, I did do that. Like, I can't, oh yeah, forgot about that. Huh, all right. Otherwise, the only other thing that's going on is I think the AC people are coming back to kind of fix the ACs. And I kind of still have a bit of a cold, so I've got some phlegm and stuff. So I'm just not at 100% right now, to be honest. I'm just, editing sounds great to me, just sitting there and working on the computer. So that's what I'm gonna do. So it's gonna be quiet and peaceful, and I'm gonna get some stuff done. Josh swung by for a few minutes, and now he's running some titles to the bank. That's one of the things we have to do, is go drop titles off the bank and stuff for the floor plan. But this car is officially sold. Congratulations to the new owner. Awesome. That's super good news. Such a cool car. And it turns out like the dude's got an OG Shelby GT500 and some other Mustangs and stuff. So the guy's a Mustang fanatic. So this will fit right in with his collection. So he's actually picking it up and driving it all the way to California. So that's awesome. I guess he lives in Canada, but has a house in California or something like that. Sent out paperwork on this car. Just kind of getting our ducks in a row, just getting everything situated. I guess it's time for us to start buying some more cars. So we'll have to start scouring the internet for more Ferraris and cool stuff. Oh, YouTube, my brain is fried. I've been editing for 5 days in a row, pretty much all day long, every day. Interesting enough, of course, this is how it works. The GT40, so the GT40 got registered at Mecum. I already paid the $1,000 entry fee and all that stuff, and just today we get someone who's interested in possibly buying it. I don't know, that car has the worst rate of tire kickers of any car we've ever had. And it makes sense because it's such an unknown. You don't know if you fit in the car. You don't know if you're gonna like it. You don't know this or that or whatever. So tons of people that are interested in GT40s come here, try and sit in it, leave, and then never call or never show any interest. So they literally were just using my car to demo whether or not they want to buy a GT40. Probably if they want to buy a brand new GT40 and order one or something like that. So I flat out told the guy, I said, I'm cool if you want to come, make an offer, give me a deposit, then you can come see the car. That's the way it's going to work at this point, because it's going to go to Mecum in 2-3 weeks. 2 weeks? 3 weeks. We're going to be at Mecum, so the Charger runs on Thursday. So Josh is probably for sure going. I would say there's a strong probability I'll go. I don't know yet. It depends what time it runs. Reminds me, I need to look up hotels and stuff. And the GT40 runs Saturday night. So I'm debating, do I stay there overnight or do I just drive home really late? God. Driving home from Dallas at like 9 o'clock at night on a Saturday does not sound entertaining.
I'm getting a hotel.
I know. Like, F that. Oh, man. Well, no other updates. So GT500 done deal, all set. Josh did unbelievable amount of paperwork. It's the GT500. Yeah, dude. God, that's the coolest color ever. They didn't do that on anything else, I don't think. So we need to buy some cars. If you got a Ferrari that you're looking to sell, especially a 360, 430, 458. We're definitely interested. We'd like to buy some more. If you need some service on your car, hit us up, sales@normalguysupercar.com. We're interested in booking up some more service, whether it's conversions, new clutch, even if you're local and you want an oil change, we do that stuff too. We'd like to get lots of stuff booked. We want to keep the service side busy. It's been obviously a little bit quiet lately. Regaining our composure now that the shop is basically back.
The next day.
Good morning, YouTube. It is Thursday, which means it's the last day in this week in the life of running our dealership, NG Supercars. And it's cricket season here in Texas. It is the most annoying thing ever. I don't know what it is about this particular time of year. The crickets are just en masse. I don't know if they're breeding or what, but they're everywhere. They get into the building, they crawl all over the place, and then they start chirping. So if you're not playing music or something, some sort of noise, you just hear a constant chirp, 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 and it's just annoying. And then they're just running around everywhere, and they get into stuff, and see? They're everywhere. Oh, I hate those damn things. I know they're harmless, but you know, it's just like, God, walking around, I just saw like 7 or 8 of them. Shoo, they scatter and they hide. Anyway, well, I brought in the GT40 because, you know what? It's one of the last few times I might get to drive this thing. So it's for sure going to Mecum. So it'll be running on Saturday, November 1st. So if you're interested in buying this thing, that's your opportunity. I've had so many tire kickers on this car that I basically said, you know what? No one can come see it or test drive it or just sit in it unless they give a deposit, because I'm sick and tired of people just using my car as a platform to go buy another car. Just be honest. If you're not interested to buy cars, say you're not interested. And then you can come during our normal business hours and sometime when I'm not busy. But, for me to come in on the weekend, I've come in 3-4 times on the weekend, lost an hour or two of time with my kid so that someone could just play games. And that really kind of ticks me off. Let me tell you, I've been working on this 100,000 subscriber extravaganza video, and it's gotten out of control. It's too big. I think I'm going to break it up into each year that I did YouTube. So I think that's the best way to do it, which means it'll be like 8 or 9 videos, somewhere between like 20 minutes and an hour long, because some of the years a lot of crazy shit happened, and other years it was more typical. The other fascinating thing is I realized how much crazy crap happened at the beginning of this channel and how much I sometimes miss it and sometimes really don't. It was a lot of drama. Man, sometimes some of that stuff was stressful. But the fascinating thing is now it's like, we've got this as a business. I've got a kid now. Life has changed. Yeah, we can't quite do the crazy crap we used to. But it's making me think, like, what are some things that we can do differently that would get your guys' interest and be fun, cool things we can do on this channel? So I'd really like to push aside the time to do some old school DIY videos where we really do like step by step and show you each nut and bolt we're removing and stuff. 'Cause I know a lot of people have found those helpful over the years. And the other thing is, obviously, I'm even considering like refilming a lot of the ones we did already, because we've learned a lot since then. I mean, it's been 9 years. A lot of the videos, that was the first time I ever did whatever particular job it was. So like my old 430 oil change where it splashed everywhere, that was the first time I ever changed the oil in a 430. I've probably done it 200 times now. But just things like that, it's like, wow, we've learned a lot. We know how to do things a lot better. I can remove the headers on 430s so much faster now compared to that video when Stu and Gaz were helping me, and it took us like 20 something hours. The problem is now you don't have that new person perspective, which is fairly interesting and valuable. When you have someone try something for the first time, they ask questions that maybe you didn't think about, they do things that you didn't think about, they may screw up, and you learn from mistakes. So there is value in that for sure, but there's also value in experience. I need to go stomp some crickets and do some editing and see what we can get done today. Oh yeah, and Josh's truck is on the lift because it's making a squeaky squeak sound from the suspension. It's really annoying. It's like, want to hear the most annoying sound in the world? All right, well, let me get Mecum situated. I gotta send them some more paperwork and do some stuff and edit and all sorts of crap. So it'll be an interesting day. All right, so it's getting later in the day. I just want to talk to you about our Mecum experience thus far. So this is the first time we've ever listed a car on one of these big in-person auctions like Mecum or Barrett Jackson or whatever. We've bought from them, but we've never listed with them. We generally honestly don't like doing auctions. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense for what we're trying to do normally, but certain cars like these, like the Charger and the GT40, kind of does make sense because they're very specific buyers. So you got to kind of have the things that get the most attention in order to drive those particular sales. Some notes from my brain about our experience thus far is that it's kind of a pain in the ass. They make you do a lot of paperwork. You got to do a lot of crap. They want you to send them the title, which we were like, no, we're not going to do that. Sorry. And they're like, okay, well then you have to pay $100 no title present fee. And we're like, fine. It's like, I'll pay you the $100, but I'm not sending you the title. Like, what? No, absolutely not. You get the title once we have a bill of sale. There you go. That's how it works for us. That's how it works for almost all dealerships on earth. So why they think they're special and get the titles first, I don't know. Beyond that, we'll see how it goes. I mean, I'm hopeful, but I don't know. I mean, that's the problem with these damn auctions. You just don't know how it's going to go. If we get a bunch of interest, then it could do really well. If it comes at a bad time, if it comes when people aren't drunk enough, whatever. It's just hard to say. The other crappy thing is if you're going to do one of these big auctions, you want to get registered really early so you can get a very good time slot, because we kind of got a crappy time slot for both the cars. So it's not ideal. It's not awful, but it's not great. Current plan is we got to drop off the cars on Monday or Tuesday, not next week, the following week. Then Josh is going to go up there on Thursday and watch the auctions and watch the Charger go, because apparently it's a really good idea to be there, or at least have someone present so you can negotiate or whatever in person. Josh will be up there on Thursday. I think he might be staying overnight till Friday. Then I'm gonna drive up on Saturday, watch the GT40. And then if they don't sell, well, then we'll trailer them home. And if they do sell, well, then great. And if we buy anything, then great. We have the trailer already up there, because I'm gonna try and leave the trailer up there at Mecum for the duration of the week. That way we don't have to haul it back and forth. So we'll see how this goes. I don't know. I'm nervous. I don't like this. This is not good. But I guess that's kind of it for this week. Honestly, it's been a very quiet week. Computer stuff for me, a lot of paperwork for Josh, just kind of getting caught up, honestly. So I think next week will be a lot more interesting stuff. We'll be trying to buy some cars aggressively, and we'll be working on some cars because we have some parts that are in shipping right now. And also we got another car that's coming in for service sometime next week. So yeah, should be a more entertaining week for you guys. So like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Thank you so much for helping us reach 100,000 subscribers. It's awesome. Can't even believe it. That's amazing. Just think about that's amazing. Also, I did finish up all of the 100,000 subscriber extravaganza videos, so I am going to split it up into each year. So there will be 9 videos. Stay tuned for all that. I think they're pretty awesome. It's the best of Normal Guy Supercar. You guys are going to like it. So we'll see you guys then. It's going to be sweet.